So relevant information, relevant cost means will be effect in your decision. So when the information effect in your decisions means that you need to have this information, they need to have two conditions. So what's the conditions will be available when I can say this is effect information? We need to have two conditions. So the first condition will be relative with the future or with the past. This information will be expected future information or past information. It will be expect future information. Okay, so will be future information. And also the second condition, we need to have the first alternative. We need to have the first amount alternative. Okay, so effect relevant information means effect for your decision. So how the information effect for your decision, we need to have two conditions. First condition, relative with the future. Second condition, differing among alternative. We have multi-alternative. Clear? So this means this is relevant information. So as you see the screen is clear for you, PowerPoint clear for you. Okay, so as you see here, relevant cost means affecting your decisions. You will be expected for information and you will have the fair amount for alternative. Irrelevant cost, it means do not affect in your decision. Do not affect in your decision means it will be in the past. So all cost in the past, it is irrelevant cost, such as sunk cost, such as historical cost. It was in the past, so it will be irrelevant cost. Okay, VC. So here we will go to three decision. Okay, so we'll go to three decision. The first decision, purchases or make or buy decision. And second decision, we will go for drop or do not drop department or product. And the last decision, we will go and make decision which product you will go to make it, which product you will go to make it, if you have what limiting factor, if you have limiting factor. Okay, so we will go by the chapter 7 part 1 through three decisions. The first decision, pay or making decision. Second decision, drop or do not drop department. And last, when you are working with limiting factors. So when you are working with limiting factors, you need to decide which product you need to make it. Okay? So how for make or pay decisions rule, how you will take your decision, how you will make your decision. So you will make your decision by compare between two costs. You need to compare between two costs. purchases cost and another which cost? You need to compare between purchases cost and making cost. Okay, making cost and purchases cost. So making cost or purchase cost, we need to compare. If the making cost exceeded cost purchases, so you will go to decision, you will make your decision to go to purchases. Okay, to go to purchases. When the making cost are less than purchases cost, so you will go to making decision. Okay. Okay, so we'll repeat. For making or purchases decision, you need to compare between what? Between two costs. First cost, pay purchases or purchases cost, and second, making cost. Okay, making cost with compare with purchases cost. So when the making cost, listen, okay, when the making cost exceed purchases cost, so you will take decision or you will make decision to go to purchases. Okay, when the making cost less than or when the purchases cost exceeded making cost, so means you will go to what? To making. Clear? We need to compare between what? Between the purchases with the making. If purchases cost greater than making cost, so you will take decision to go to making. When the purchases cost less than making cost, so you will go to what? To purchases. Clear? So here, as you see here, we have exercise number 1. Okay, exercise number 1, we need to compare between what? Here, as he said, the purchases cost. What's the amount for purchases cost? As you see here, what is the amount of purchases cost? Yes. So purchases cost, as he say, 20. Okay. So now we need Fuad, Remisha, we need to go to decide what's the amount of what? Making cost. Okay. So he said here, fixed costs are avoidable costs. So we will avoidable fixed costs. So making costs will be direct cost plus variable cost. Okay, so making cost will be include variable cost plus direct cost. So as you see here, what is the amount of making cost? Making cost will be direct material 11 plus direct labor 4.5 plus variable overhead 6. Okay, so now making cost will be how much? will be 11. Yes, what? 11 plus 4.5 plus, okay? So this is the making cost. So we have now two costs. Purchases cost, as you see, 20. This is paying cost. And 21.5, this is what? Making cost. So here, if you are manager, if you are financial manager, okay, what you will decide? You will decide go to purchases, or you will decide go to making. Yes, making, because the making cost will be less than purchases cost will be less than making cost. So your decision will be to what? To make it to purchases, because here, as you see here, for making will be direct material, direct labor, variable overhead cost. Okay, so the total amount for making 21.5, and the total amount for purchases 20. So you will decide it. I will go to purchases this product from another or from outside. Okay, from outside, because it's cheaper. Okay, so the difference between paying and making will be 1.5. okay, suppose you are avoidable what you cost, it is irrelevant cost. Okay, because if you are making or if you don't making, so you will pay the fixed cost. So fixed cost normally it is irrelevant cost. Okay, irrelevant cost, because if you making or if you purchases, you will pay it. Okay, it's okay now. Do you have an? I didn't understand, Rola. Okay, Roa, you will for decision making. Okay, for decision making, decision make or purchases, you need to compare between two costs. Okay, between two costs. Purchases cost plus making cost. Here, as he said, what is the amount for purchases cost? Roa, what's the amount for purchases cost? Okay, 20. So your answer have your question. Okay, so you decided for purchases cost will be $20 per unit. Okay, so after that you need to decide about the making cost. Okay, Roa? So making cost will be just you will select not all cost here. Okay, you will select only the direct cost plus variable cost, because the fixed cost it is irrelevant. Okay, Roa? So you will select just a direct plus a variable. Okay, because the fixed cost you can avoid fixed cost because it is irrelevant. So what is the amount of making cost, Roa? Roa with me? Do you hear me? what's the amount of total cost for making? Total cost for making means you will go to calculate direct material plus direct labor plus variable overheads. Why you not take fixed cost overhead, رؤى? Why you not select fixed overhead cost? Because it is irrelevant, and here he mentioned to you here it is avoidable cost. Okay, رؤى, clear now? So after decided amount for making and amount for purchases cost, you need to compare. So our compare for making cost, I will say go to making decision if the making cost less than purchases cost. Okay, so here in our exercise, making cost, it is exceeds or not exceeded the purchases cost. The making cost exceeded the purchases or no? Okay, so if it's exceeded or if it's greater the purchases, so we will go to make decision for purchases or decision for making. So what's your decision will be? Okay, it's clear. Roa, clear now? Okay, so we will go to another exercise. Exercise 3. Exercise 3, same. He said here, this company, they will purchases vendor cost will be how much the cost purchases? Okay, so now we have half of your answer. So 72, this is the purchases. But please take care. Sometimes he will give you, for examples, the cost 72 per part. Plus sometimes he will give you plus another cost such as shipping cost, okay, such as marketing cost. So when he said for purchases cost there is another cost, you need to add it. Okay, here he said 72 per part. If he said there is extra cost for shipping, okay, so you need to add to purchases cost. Okay, clear? Okay, if there is another extra cost for purchases, so it will be add to purchases price. Okay, so here we don't have extra cost for purchases, just purchases cost 72. Okay, so now we have here purchases cost 72. Okay, 72, this is the purchases cost. So another part in your answer, you need to decide what's the amount of making cost, right? He said here, if the following estimated the following cost for product. For making this part, we need to have direct material 22.5, direct labor 31.5, and variable manufacturing overhead 13.5. So here we need fixed manufacturing overhead cost. We said fixed cost, it is irrelevant cost. So you need to avoid it. Okay. So we will just 22.5 plus 31.5 plus 13.5. So what's the total amount for making cost? $67.5. So here 5 and purchases cost 72. So your decision will go to making or to purchases. Yes, to make I'm HD. You will go to making because the purchases cost exceeded the making cost. Okay, we will go to less than cost. Okay, which the less cost? We will go to less cost. So purchases 72 and making 67.5. So our decision, we will go to making because purchases cost, it is exceeded the making cost. Okay, and here, as you see here, he prepared by the total amount of units. Okay, so 22,500. What's the means 22,500? It is what? It is number unit he making. Okay, he need 22,500 unit. روان want هاي اللي هي الديفرنس روان ال 101,250. It is the difference between the cost for paying and the cost for making. Okay, so the difference between 1,620,000 minus 1,518,750. Okay. Okay, Rawan. So here, compare or he may compare between the total amount of units. So just you will go. He said here. He said here how many units he went. He need 20,500. Okay, you can make your decision by units, or you can make your decision by the total amount of units. Okay, so just if you need to find the total amount by all units, just go to multiply variable cost here, the direct material 22.5 multiply 22,500, and for direct labor just 31.5 multiply 22,500, and overhead cost 13.5 multiply 22,500. Okay, so you will find the total cost for making, and total cost for purchases 22,500 multiply 70 multiply 72. You will find the amount of what? The amount of purchases cost. Clear? Okay, so Rawan Nasser with me. Okay, you can, for your ask about how, from where this amount, okay, from where this amount 101,250, you can find it, by just go to what? Purchases cost 72 minus a total cost for making 67.5 multiply unit product 22,500. Okay, so you will get same answer. Okay, Rawan? Manar Asad, when we will take fixed cost, when he said fixed cost is unavoidable, okay? When he said fixed cost unavoidable means you will take it. It will be relevant cost. Okay, Manar? If he mention about fixed cost, sometimes he will mention, for examples, 20% of fixed cost unavoidable. So it will be include your calculation. Okay, Manar? What's 7 minus 1 يا خلود? Okay, for yes, chapter 7 part 1. Okay, so Manar, he asked good question. Okay, when we can calculate fixed cost, you can calculate fixed cost if he said what? If fixed cost unavoidable. Sometimes he will say 20% from fixed cost unavoidable. So you will take 20% from the fixed cost and calculate it and add to making cost. Clear? See? Not about fixed cost. Okay, so if it's okay, ايش حسوي فيه ايش؟ Just this is يا خلود. What's one خلود? What you write? A difference between the purchase and make just for help your decision. Okay, just for help your decisions means when you go to making, you will cost will be 1,518,000. Okay, and for purchases 1,600,000. So means the difference between the purchases and making, it will be save cost for you. Okay, so when you go to making cost or making decision, you will save 150. Okay. Okay شباب صبايا. So this is the first decision. We will go now to second decision. Second decisions for a drop or do not drop department. A drop or do not drop department. So when I can say we will go to drop department, we will go to close department, we will go to close product. Anyone have any answers? When we can make decision for drop or do not drop department, product, lines, product. If revenue generated is, yes, we will go, yes, Sheikh Ahmed, we will go for compare also. We will compare it between what? We will compare it between two things. The revenue, if I will go to drop department, you will save something and you will lose something, right? If I will go to close department, okay, so which you will lose? With me, if I go to close my department, okay, I will lose what? I will lose sales revenue. Yes or no? Yes or no? Okay, and for what I will save? I will save the cost. Okay, so our compare here between what? Between revenue lost with cost saving. Okay, so now you need to what? To compare between two things, between what we will lose revenue and what we will save cost. Okay, so your decision will be depend the result. When the lost revenue greater than, listen to me, when the lost revenue greater than cost saving, means do not drop. When the lost revenue greater than the cost saving, do not drop. And when the lost revenue less than the cost saving, you will go to drop. Clear? Okay, VC? So now our compare between what, يا رؤى؟ منار، فؤاد، شيخ أحمد. between lost revenue with saving cost. Lost revenue with saving cost. Okay, cost saving with revenue loss. So when you will go to make decision, drop Sheikh Ahmed. You will go to make a drop if the saving cost more than ايش معناها بالعربية رؤى؟ الريفينيو لوس means اللي هو الايرادات اللي راح والسيفنج كوست التكاليف اللي راح تحافظ عليها ما تتحملها. اوكي، يعني راح لما تسوي كلوز للديبارتمنت راح تخسر الايرادات وراح ويش ما تتحمل تكاليف. كلير رؤى؟ اذا الايرادات اللي بتخسرها اكثر من التكاليف فمعناته ما بسوي دروب. اوكي، so now we will go to our exercise, and please for this exercise, or I will see you another exercise. This exercise number 2 was same exercise, same numbers, same figures in the last exam. Okay, in the last exam was same exercise. In exercise 2 was in the final exam. Okay, same numbers. Okay, so please take care, and please take care for what? For this note. Okay, for this note, because sometimes